can create production costs by combining data from production planning with cost center accounting and activity-based costing. The routing is assigned to a work center. Therefore, the routing describes the quantity of an activity and the location of the operations. The work center describes where you perform an operation. The work center is linked to a cost center to charge the activity costs. You can calculate the planned activity prices for the work center through the link to a cost center and the activity type planning for the cost center.
Specifically for costs in production orders, each of up to 6 standard values in a work center can be assigned an activity type and a formula with which the costs of the operations conducted in the work center are calculated. In the SAP system, you can use predefined SAP formulas and define your own formulas. You can create formulas in customizing for work centers under defined formulas for work centers.
The system calculates the costs by multiplying the quantity by the price. The quantity comes from the standard values for the operation and is modified by the performance efficiency rate and any relevant formulas. In the itemization for the cost estimate, the system displays an internal activity for the cost center or activity type. The system saves the assignment to the operation and work center in the itemization.
Production versions are common in repetitive manufacturing. They define a combination of routing, BOM, and lot size. A production version determines which alternative BOM is used together with which task list or master recipe to produce a material or create a master production schedule. For one material, you can have several production versions for various validity periods and lot size ranges. You maintain production versions in the MRP View 4 and Costing View 1 in the Material Master. Quantity structure control is a process by which the system searches for alternatives if multiple BOMs or routings exist for a material. You enter the quantity structure control ID in the costing variant. This ID describes a list of priorities for the BOM and routing through the BOM application and routing selection keys. The BOM application determines by means of a selection ID which BOM usage it selects first. It lets you define an alternative of a multi-level BOM from a certain date and specifies whether the BOM status indicator is relevant for the BOM selection. If a production version is defined, the routing contained in it is used. The selection ID for the routing determines which routing the system selects first. The parameters for selection are the task list type, task list usage, and plan status.
The prerequisite for creating a cost estimate with a quantity structure is a material master with costing view and accounting view. When you create a cost estimate with a quantity structure, you enter the costing variant, material, and plant. The dates are proposed from the costing variant and determine the following parameters. The validity period of the cost estimate, that is, costing date from and to. The determination of the quantity structure, that is, the quantity structure date. The valuation date for materials and activities, that is, valuation date. The system determines and values the quantity structure automatically. The cost estimate is not updated in the database until it is saved.
The costing result, itemization, cost component report, and costed BOM are visible from a single screen. You can customize and save the layout of the screen for individual users. You can execute detailed reports directly from the cost estimate screen. Overall log contains the complete list of messages for all the materials costed. It contains display variants which you can customize that enables you to perform summarized analysis of the errors. Double-clicking on the material in the header of a cost estimate or in the status display displays the messages specific to the particular material.
You can analyze the costing results with standard reports and display variants. You can use different cost component views such as the cost of goods manufactured or the cost of goods sold for the costing results. When analyzing the cost estimate, bear in mind that you can use the following functions. Define your own display variants and initial variant. Use the navigational options to access reports. Navigate through the multi-level BOM costing structure to the reports and error logs. The explanation facilities enable the cost planner to directly access data in the costing environment from the cost estimate screen. The explanation facilities available depend on the object to be costed.
The material master prices are as follows. Planned prices 1, 2, and 3. Planned prices 1, 2, and 3 are used for raw materials and purchased parts and to evaluate the materials in the cost estimate. Tax-based and commercial prices. Tax-based and commercial prices are entered for purchased parts in inventory costing to determine values such as lowest value. An inventory cost estimate can use these prices for valuation and then update the costing results for finished and semi-finished products in the material master. Price control. Price control is an indicator that controls which price is used to valuate the inventory of a material. The available options are standard price and moving average price. These prices are used to evaluate goods movements within the SAP ERP application and to evaluate inventories. A standard cost estimate can be used to update the standard price. You can branch from the accounting and costing views to the results of standard cost estimates. These results update the standard price.
You can analyze the different cost estimates and write the results to price fields in the material master depending on the purpose of costing. The costing type determines which, if any, price field in the material master you can update with the results of the cost estimate. You can update price fields in the material master with the following results. The result of the standard cost estimate as the standard price. The result of the modified standard cost estimate or the current cost estimate as planned prices 1, 2, and 3. The result of the inventory cost estimate as commercial prices 1, 2, and 3 or tax-based prices. In the valuation strategy, you can refer to different prices in the material master so that you can use these prices in other cost estimates. The standard price is updated in the material master by first marking and then releasing a standard cost estimate.
Price control plays a crucial role in material valuation. When the price control indicator is set to S, the system valuates the inventory valuated at standard price. In addition, goods movements are valuated directly in the SAP ERP using a price selected in accordance with the price control indicator. In cost object controlling, standard price updated by a standard cost estimate is used for costing. The system can use the itemization of standard cost estimates to determine the target costs for manufacturing orders. You can analyze the difference between target cost and actual cost at the level of variance categories such as quantity or price variances. The saved itemization provides the basis for the variance calculation. In profitability analysis, you can use standard cost estimates or other material cost estimates to compare the revenues of the build quantity with the cost component split of the product. A standard price is also required in the material ledger to determine the actual price.
The procedure for updating standard price is as follows. Execution of material cost estimate. Use a costing variant that is applicable to a standard cost estimate or costing type. For example, in December 2012, you create a new standard cost estimate for January 2013, that is, a validity date of 1/1/2013, valid until 12/31/9999. Accuracy of costing results. The system cannot detect content errors, such as incorrect prices or quantities. Check the error status and verify separately that the quantity structure and content order are correct. Update allowed. You can specify per company code, plant, and material range whether marking is allowed for the fiscal year and period. Marking. After you have carried out the steps 1 to 3, you can mark the material cost estimate. The future planned price is updated in the material master and linked to the standard cost estimate. Release. You can only release cost estimates once. The release date cannot be earlier than the valid from date of the cost estimate.
You want to update the standard price in a previously released standard cost estimate from 10 to 15. The material master is subject to S price control and inventory is valuated with 10 into 10 equals 100.